This video is by Joe Fazer. Before we get into it, I want to definitely highlight, knowing your body fat percentage means absolutely nothing. I personally tell people to ignore it.
This is me a year ago with pretty high body fat. And this is me now, definitely a lower body fat.
Now I see why he's got so popular. Like, seeing his journey, I wasn't sure what made him so viral, and I think it's purely because he had such a beginning relatable physique. Like, there's many people watching that probably had one of the first two shapes of physiques.
3 completely different versions of me. I've experienced life at a pretty high body fat percentage and life at a very low one. Depending on your fitness goals, your body fat percentage will vary.
So the question is, how does somebody work out their body fat percentage?
See, what I've noticed in the fitness world is so many people have no idea what they're talking about when it comes to this topic. Ronnie Coleman claimed...
And you would get down to what percent body fat?
I was 0.33.
Yeah.
Chatting shit. No one's getting that low.
Is if Ronnie was actually 0.33% body fat, he'd be dead. You can get to about 2 to 3% at the very lowest before your organs start to malfunction. Now, this is my current physique. As you can tell, I'm a fairly lean guy, but the question is, what is my body fat percentage?
Alright then, first off, anyone that's in the chat, let me roll back to his physique. So how much percent body fat do you think he is? Because this is like a test now. Because a lot of people go far off the rails when it comes to body fat and they just don't get the percentage right. And like me looking at his physique, I would estimate, because of how lean he is, I would say he's below 10%. Easily, I'd say 9-10% body fat. Even though in your head, when you think of like a 9-10% body fat, you're probably thinking of physiques like that over there. But the problem is that that person has a lot more muscle mass, which is what definitely can like impact how he looks. Like that physique there for 10% doesn't look the same as Joe purely because he has more muscle. But if you look at the amount of fat on the person's body, it's not far off. He just doesn't have the muscle maturity on his physique yet because he is still fairly somewhat new to lifting.
But the question is, what is my body fat percentage? Well, in this video I'm going to find out. I'm going to use 4 different body fat testers, some more reliable than others, but hopefully by the end of this video I can get a percentage what my physique is at the moment.
I want to make a prediction. I want to have a guess on what I think I am body fat percentage wise. As you can tell, I'm...
Okay, there's his legs. So I would, I'm going to stick with my opinion. The legs is the area I was worried about because if he had a lot of meaty legs like I do, I would have then pushed him up to like say 11%. But because his legs pretty leanish, I'm still seeing definition, and I wouldn't say he's in the best lighting for his legs. His upper body looks great, but his legs are in shadow area. I'm going to still stay with around 9-10% body fat.
fairly lean in good lighting. In bad lighting like this,
and his back was pretty lean too.
I look kind of average, maybe a bit leaner than
That's crazy. Imagine, look at his physique on screen. He just said that looks somewhat average. Like, there's been humble and there's been like naive. The average man or boy does not look like that. They don't have that much muscle on their physique, even though he's not the biggest of dudes. The average man in the UK, you know, let's just go look. In the UK look like now. Average male body. This is on incognito, so it's fine. Gonna have the maddest searches. I would say the average man probably looks like that. They're not super fat, but they have a little bit of podge to them, and I'd say that's the average man and the average boy. I don't think that many are that muscular or have that frame. I think that's the kind of frame that the average man has. Let me know if you guys agree or disagree. Now, if you compare that to what he is, he's definitely above average in regards to physique. That's just downplaying like what he looks like. Yeah, I mean, you ain't gotta be arrogant and be a dickhead about it, but be honest enough to know that. Not even honest, be proud enough of your physique. You know, you've worked for it, to say, nah, I'm out here. You know what I mean? Like, I look better than the average.
So I'm gonna guess I'm like 14%.
Nope.
Yeah. Let's
No! Never would he be 40% body fat. And the body scale is about to get on. They're always giving bad numbers. My body scale says that I'm around 22% body fat.
To simplify how these work, when you step on the scale, it's meant to send an electrical signal up your leg and down the other. And from that, it can apparently work out how much body fat you have.
Let's see what this says.
19.1% body fat.
Surely I've got 19.1.
Exactly. In what world would he be 19% body fat? Look at him.
Maybe I wasn't as lean as I thought I was. Is this scale accurate?
See, that's interesting. Look, if we go back a bit, where's his physique there? See, this is 2 teenagers, I'm going to guess. I can't remember the age. I'm going to guess around, what, 18, 19, whatever the age is. Joe's in better physique than his friend, and his friend, I'd still say, has a better than average physique. You know, I wouldn't say the average man even looks like him. So that just shows, like, unfortunately, the perception of what the average male physique or an average person looks like is slowly going off crazy. Because, unfortunately, everyone sees on Instagram the most leanest and craziest people, and they're acting like an average teenager. It just looks like shit now. These physiques right here, for however long they've been lifting, what, 2 or 3 years, is fairly good compared to an average run-of-the-mill man or boy. You don't have to look like a steroid freak to realize that you have a good physique.
But yeah, the first tester said I was at 19.1% body fat.
Body fat tester number 2, Greg Doucette.
Now, Greg is a very clever and experienced bodybuilder and claims just by looking at somebody, he can guess within 1 to 2% accuracy what someone's body fat percentage is.
I sent him some photos and some videos of myself. This is what he said. You look close to competition shape. Leaner than I would say half the people that would get up on stage if you did 1 week of peak week.
I don't know about that. I don't think he looks leaner than people that step on stage. But as again, that could be due to not having as much muscle as someone that normally competes.
What number did he give me? 9%.
Oh, that's what I said. Yes, that was around what I said, 9-10%.
9% body fat.
Greg, compared to the scale, are literally worlds apart. Body fat test number 3, the Skinfold caliper. This is a very common practice in universities.
But this is the one fat test I've never done.
The Skinfold caliper measures the thickness of your subcutaneous fat at certain body locations. With that, it's then put into a calculation in which it can work out your body fat percentage.
So, after inputting all your data, this equation says that you're 9% body fat.
I will say, as soon as he steps on the Dexa scan, this is going to blow all our things out of the water. Because the Dexa scan, it's always higher. So if I've guessed 9%, the Dexa scan for him is probably going to say he's around 14, 15.
The Skinfold agreed with Greg Doucette's 9% body fat. However, many people argue the validity of the Skinfold caliper. But is there a test that is completely accurate? Well, according to the internet, there's only one, the Dexa scan. Now,
remember, what matters more is actually how much muscle you have on your frame for your height, because body fat percentage changes. For example, you could have the same amount of body fat. Say if you had 20 kg of fat on your body, right? You could have that same 20 kg of body fat on your body, but the percentage change if you rapidly gain, for example, 10 kg of muscle, because it's percentage based. So if you rapidly get a higher percentage of muscle, the body fat goes down, even though it's the same amount of fat.
Apparently, it can measure your body fat within 1% accuracy. So I headed to London to get one of these done.
The first thing to say about skin.
Shouts out to Philip before we carry on. Shouts out to the body scan. Philip is a good dude. I've already had a body scan with him. I think it was about last year. He did actually email me. He wanted me to come back a year later to kind of compare to see how much muscle did I gain in a year, which I will do at some point.
So now was the moment of truth. Once you get on the Dexa scan, it takes 4 minutes. Right now, the machine is sending low radiation X-ray beams through my tissues.
So we've done your scan. These are the results. I've plotted them on these tables, and
I know it's gonna be high. Like, you see this smirk on his face. Philip gave me the exact same smirk when he said the number of mine.
Okay, TJ, so your body fat percentage is 18.3.
I know he's gonna say it's higher. He's gonna say 15 or something.
talk about them.
This was it, the moment of truth.
So your body fat percentage is 15.8%.
15.8%.
A very different answer than the others. So that must be it. That's the video over, right? I'm 15.8%. Well, wrong. The Dexa scan still has criticism for not being accurate.
The Dexa scan is not the golden standard at all.
Philip even said himself.
People talk about accuracy. The only way we will know what will accurate is if I cut you up into little bits and put your fat over there and your muscle over there and your bone over there. Right?
Okay, so what have I found out in this video? Well, the main thing.
Probably learned nothing. Like, in reality, body fat percentage.
Yeah, we need to get away a little bit from body fat percentage. Your body fat percentage is affected by how much muscle you have, right? And what we want to get to the bottom of today is kind of exactly how much fat do you have.
Is there's no conclusive, straightforward way to determine someone's body fat. Getting an exact number is virtually impossible, and if you want my opinion on the best way to determine your body fat, just look at your body. Just take a photo, not in super elite lighting. Get someone to take a photo of you in completely natural lighting. If you have like well-defined abs, you're probably under 12% body fat. If you can just see some abs, you're probably like 12 to 15%, and if you can't see your abs, you're most likely over 15%. Please note the keywords being most likely.
I'm glad that you said that, because it does depend on the person's genetics or the muscle insertions, but overall, I'd say once you get under the 20-ish% of body fat, I wouldn't focus on the percentage so much. If you're like 40-50% body fat, then yeah, you should definitely aim to try and get that lower, but that comes in general when you're actually trying to make yourself healthier. But the main thing I want to focus on, for example, if for example you're pretty lean and you see yourself in the mirror, you're like, I look pretty damn good, I'm pretty lean, I'm pretty in shape, but the body fat percentage told you that you were 20% body fat, should you now feel terrible? No. At the end of the day, real life matters more than the numbers, you know what I mean? So I wouldn't chase a lower body fat percentage if in the mirror you think you look lean, you look pretty good.
That's where I think we've got to get away from body fat percentages. Yeah. Don't chase the number, chase what you want to look like. Everyone who comes here looking to lose fat, I say, look, it's a journey, and there'll come a point where you look in the mirror and you'll go, that's enough.
Don't ever ruin your life based on numbers, you know what I mean?
Wake up to reality.
Overall, that was a decent video. He edited it well. Shouts out to Joe Fazer. The next video, which is, does height matter to women? You just watched one of the unfiltered live streams I do on YouTube. If you want to be part of them and have your question potentially answered on screen, on live, be sure to turn your notifications on and be a part of the gang. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next one.